You're looking at Kevon Looney, UCLA forward. He can play power forward probably or small forward. 6'9", 7'3.5" wingspan. He can actually shoot the three pretty well too. Shot 41.7%, I believe it is, of his threes. But he actually only shot 1.5. He only shot 1.5 per game. So his 3-point rating is not going to be as high as it would be for somebody who shot that percentage and made them at a higher clip. But nonetheless, we still got to make sure that the 3-point basket is part of his game. So we did that. Take a look at the overall little straight on and profile sculpting. Thing about it is, I've actually heard somebody refer to him as a poor man's Kevin Durant. I understand the comparison from a physical standpoint, about 6'9", with the long arms and a pretty, a good athlete. But I don't think that he'll become the outside threat or the off the dribble threat that Durant is. Now I understand they said poor man, so you always got to keep that take that under consideration. A lot of times we just hear the NBA player's name and go, there's no way in the world, well, he's never going to be good as Kevin Durant. Well, that's what the term poor man is about. But even that, from that standpoint, I still have a hard time buying into it because stylistically, I don't think his game is like Durant's. It's going to be like Durant's on the next level. I think on the next level, Kevon Looney, and they have the same first name too, check that out. And I just realized that, but even Kevon Looney spells his difference with an O instead of an I. But Looney, I think, is going to be primarily a defensive player and spot-up three-point shooter. But I do think he has the ability to be a really good defender because of his athleticism and because of his length. So I think he can be a guy who can defend inside and outside and do it effectively. But he has to buy into that game. He's also a phenomenal rebounder. Like, I think he could be a really, really good rebounder. But the thing about him is the only shots he really makes is right next to the basket or the spot-up three. So his 2-point jump shot percentage was not good. So that kept his ratings down quite a bit. His ball control ratings were all pretty low, almost as many turnovers as assists, and so that right there is going to keep him down for sure. But I do think that he has a nice ceiling. So that's why, even though his overall rating, as you'll see shortly, is not all that high, his potential rating is high. So if you're going to play more than one season, which might be a little bit difficult because of, where we are, but it depends on how many games per season you play and how often you play. But if you're going to play a decent amount of maybe 2 or 3 seasons, maybe 2 or 3 14 or 28 game seasons or 29 game seasons, however many it is, you may be able to get a chance to see Kevon Looney do his thing, or maybe you even want to simulate some seasons just to get a chance to see what kind of player he turns out to be. But here is a look at the attributes. I gave him only a 63, which might sound low, but we went by the stats. The 3-point shooting is there, the athleticism is there, but the ball control stuff couldn't ignore. The defense, the rebounding is there pretty much. He didn't block as many shots as you might expect for a guy with his length and athleticism, but nonetheless, it's there. Like I said, the speed is there. You got to think about it. This is a power forward, so he's going to be faster than most power forwards. And then let's take a look at the badges. He got 7 hustle points, tenacious rebounder, scrapper, lob city finisher, sprite posterizer, low ego, and spark plug. That'll do it for Kevon Looney, UCLA. You guys stay tuned and watch out for the next draft class videos running for the draft. Appreciate you watching. God bless.